Alright guys, welcome back. We have a new build that I want to show out. It's a 7'1", 7'1" wingspan, 229 weight, mid-post, glass guardian riser. Obviously with cat breakers your name is going to be different, depends on what you want your specialization is as well at the same time. Now for me, I have 19 cat breakers, 2 specialization. I did finishing. All my builds have finishing on it. It's one of the easier ones to do in my opinion outside of shooting. But here we go. I got a center. Alright, I want you to see everything. Center 7'1", 229 with a 7'1" wingspan, so you can get that deep bomber, okay? As well as, 85 offensive defense, which is definitely enough, especially if you want to use your +1, +2 badges, which is great. The great thing about this build is you can do almost anything you want with it outside of steal, which in this game, in reality, bump steals are enough. You can average 1 or 2 steals a game just on bump steals alone, and if you're really good at timing. But as a center, you can set screens, you can pass the ball, you can handle the ball, you can definitely play interior defense and perimeter defense enough. You can definitely block the ball with how I have it set up. Rebounding, as long as you have position, you can definitely steal rebounds from 99 rebounding builds. Finishing, close shot, post control, standing dunk, you have some driving dunk, you definitely have layup. This build is going to be able to do it all when it comes to being an all-around center. In essence, it's going to be like a Joel Embiid style, without all the flopping, of course. But as you can see, how I have it set up is an 89 close shot, 80 driving layup, a 75 driving dunk, a 87 standing dunk, and an 87 post control. The reason why I put these very specifically, and because of the cat breaker, so which I'll show you in a minute, but the close shot is so overpowered in this game, especially with how the game has evolved, that you can make a close shot pretty easily now and have a good animation the higher the attribute is. Not even the badges, the higher the attribute is. Driving layup, at this height, with a driving layup, you can have your float game, which is pretty good. I can still use Bam Adebayo's float game from season 1. I still think it's pretty good, but there's other ones you can also use. But having the ability to have physical finisher is definitely a game changer at that height, especially if you're trying to do a driving dunk and then you get popped out of it. You can always +1 that. You can always use that as a +2, because for example, I have build specialization for my finishing, so I can +2 that if I wanted to. Your driving dunk is base 75. You open up a lot of attributes that way when it comes to your animations. A lot of the pro animations and all that kind of stuff, all the dunks and stuff like that. 75 is pretty good as a big man, especially if you're able to be by yourself, or you're on a break, or you have a backdoor cut, or if you're doing a pick and roll. That's more than enough. Now, standing dunk. The biggest thing about standing dunk is actually the badges. The attribute is fine. You can survive with an 81 and be okay, but the higher your rise up is, the better it is. Either way, I like all my big men to have at least 90, especially if they're a taller big man. That green window is so big, the higher your standing dunk is, the higher the badge is, the beneficial that is. So cat breakers will definitely be going here to 90. Okay, we have post control. As you can see, the post control, you're able to do everything at a gold level or a silver level. So even if it's not your cup of tea, you can obviously lower this and put it on other things. The name's different, stuff like that. You might, put this on more of your driving layup or close shot, strength, if you want to put it on block off the bat. But this build specifically is, when you see the cat breakers, will be there. Mid-range 87, this will be a 93, so you'll be able to get your Deadeye gold. You'll be able to get your set shot specialist on gold. You'll be able to get your post-fade phenom. Because you're going to have a 93, you're going to be able to get that on Hall of Fame. followed by your three-point shot's going to be a 90. So you're going to have the deep bomber take, as well as the sharpshooter take, of course. And you'll have your dead eye, your set shot, and your limitless range. Okay? Free throw is, 76 is good enough. As a big man, Dwight Howard, which is surprising, is actually a really good one. You have your pass accuracy. Your pass accuracy with the cap breakers, how I'm going to set it up, is going to be 87, so you can get the break starter on gold. As a big man, me personally, versatile visionary and break starter is very important in this game. And break starter, especially if you're in random rec or just regular rec with your people, getting the ball down the floor very fast is beneficial. So I, a lot of times, +2 that from gold to legend. Alright, your ball handling can go up to a 72 here. Obviously, you're not going to get any extra badges off of this, but you'll open up animations, and that's the important thing, the Giannis crossover and everything like that. We're going to leave your speed with ball to 55 because it opens up animations. I personally like the Paulo Banchero, but there's also, the Wembayamas and stuff like that you can use for dribbling. The interior defense at 77 for one particular reason. Interior defense is not a huge thing in the game. You can survive with a 70. You could probably survive with a little bit lower too. But a 77 just so we can get the badge of paint controller mixed with your block, which we're going to plus block from 88 to a 93. Just so we can get paint controller gold and higher if we wanted to +1 it. But your perimeter defense at 62. Obviously we did that for the immovable enforcer. Off-ball pest at silver. That's definitely more than enough. Alright, you can't get 60 steal, but like I said, you can get a lot of bump steals on this. That's not a big deal. Unless stealing is your cup of tea, you're not going to be able to get a 7-1 with 90 3-point shot with a 60 steal. It's just not possible. Your offensive and defensive at 85, that particularly is a good number to have, especially if you're using your +1s. You can +2 your rebound chaser, you can +1 your box out beast. However you want to set it up, 85 is definitely good enough, especially to beat out the 99s. You're at a 7'1 wingspan, but a 7'1 height. Most of these guys are running around with the 6'11, 6'9, 7 foot, even the 7'4s. You'll be able to match the 7'4s, especially because you'll have more vertical than them. If you're good at timing, that's even better because you have to time your rebounds. Even though it doesn't show in the game, you're timing your rebound. So a person with 60 rebound can definitely beat a 99 out. It's just timing it. Your speed is maxed out to 69 and your agility to 57. Obviously, you have your animations and how you want to do it. You don't get the Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., but you still get a lot of other good ones. Dwight Powell has always been well for me. It's really good animations. If you want to go more of a rebounding animation, it's going to be funny for me to say, but he's probably not the best offensive or side-to-side. But if you want a rebounding animation, Rudy Gobert is a really good rebounding animation. But when it comes to takeovers, you can use the speedster take and get the speed and agility as high as you possibly can. Strength, you're at 83. Obviously, you could try to go a little bit higher, maybe to get the post powerhouse up to 86. That's all preference at that point. Maybe you don't want to put your block up to 93 as of right now, and you want to put to strength. You could still do that. But brick wall and silver, and you +1 that to gold, 100% that's worthwhile. Gold it feels just as good sometimes without the weight of putting it to higher attributes. The gold brick wall with a +1 is the best thing you possibly do. And then obviously your vertical. Now you will not get an 83 vertical off this, how it's set up, but you will get a gold, so you can always +1 that high flying denier to Hall of Fame, which is pretty damn good in this game. Pogo stick is great to have at a high level. Me personally, with my build specialization, how it's at finishing, I will most likely +2 my posterizer from bronze to gold, and then +1 when I rise up from gold to Hall of Fame. That's how I would personally set it up. But as you can see, this is the build. I'm going to show you the cap breakers next. Alright, obviously you'll have your Kristaps Porzingis, Joel Embiid, Jack Sigma. Now, I'm not a shades of guy, but if I get a shades of somebody I like, that's fine. Since it's Joel Embiid, we can make this as Joel Embiid. Won't miss many bunnies, swats everything near the rim, supreme post footwork, mid-range game part of Arsenal. Obviously, when we put your cap breakers on here, you're going to get a different name. Mid-post glass guardian riser. A lot of people have that name, but it's also not going to be the only name you're going to get with this build. So we're going to jump in here.
Don't need yes men right now.
We're going to do our favorite to skip everything.
Actually, I'm trying to go hoop in the city for a little bit. But hey.
Alright, so here we go. We're going to go into the attributes page and go to the cap breakers. Now, with my 21 cap breakers, how I would set it up would be I would put 3 here for close shot for 92, so I can get that paint prodigy up another level. We're going to put another 3 on standing dunk to get that to 90. We're going to put 3 here for mid-range, so we can get to 93. We're going to put 2 here for 90, so we can get obviously that takeover for deep bomber. We're going to come here and we're going to put 3 here so we can get to the 87. Okay, obviously this will be not 87, it'll be 88, but that can give you to the 90, so you can have multiple categories in 90 plus if you wanted that going forward. We're going to put 2 here for the ball handle to get a 72, so you can open up those attributes, and then obviously get the animations if you want to go correspond with that. We're going to come over here to block, and we're going to put 5 there. The 5 there is going to give us 93, which will give you the paint prodigy, or sorry, the you know, that interior defense up to gold. And then if you didn't want to do that, let's say 88's fine with you, you're pretty good with that, you can obviously substitute it and give you 3 more to strength to get 86, so you can get that post powerhouse going up, which then opens you up with 2 more cap breakers, which you can put on various things. You can put it on your pass accuracy to get it to 90, so you'll have multiple categories in the 90s, and if you want a specific animation for passing, or you can put it on driving dunk to get a little bit more animations, or driving layup. But yeah, this is the build, this is the cap breakers. If you like what you see, follow for more.